Alrighty. Welcome again, folks. Awesome here. Let me see something. Okay, I don't know. The camera, for some reason, looks kind of shady on my side. I don't know. Hopefully, everything's good on that side. I know I made a video yesterday, but I figured I was gonna make one today because they had some significant roster moves to happen, and the Saints officially signed defensive tackle Jay Bromley to a contract. They have released quarterback JT Barrett from the practice squad. They signed what's his name? They signed that one of them kids from yesterday. Where's his name? Sankey. They signed him, Darnell Sankey. They signed him to the practice squad. And Tommy Lewis goes on the IR for knee injury. So I don't know if that's IR for the entire year or if he's eligible to come back. I think it might be for the entire year. I'm not sure. Saints had practice today. Tyler Davidson with his foot. Manti Te'o with his knee. Of course, Lewis, IR, he didn't practice. So them three didn't practice. Pete with the ankle. Armstead with the knee. And Ted Ginn Jr. with a knee. Who knew Ginn was injured after what happened Sunday? They were both limited. So that's pretty much the extent of what's going on as far as Saints moves and this and that. Remember, it's Falcons hate week. I seen a few stats that Saints Twitterers were putting out there, and I usually don't retweet anything unless I check the facts on it, but there are quite a few of them that just aren't putting the facts out right, or just they mislining a number. People make mistakes. I actually found a few more Falcons fans to block on Twitter. I thought I blocked them all, but you can never block all of them. And it's fun blocking Falcons fans, because I don't want to deal with their shit. I don't deal with their crap. So, Saints Twitter put out, and he's pretty trusted, so I retweeted him. Last 5 years, Saints 43-37, Falcons 39-41. So I don't know. I checked that one out. That seems to be pretty accurate right now. Saints were always better than the Falcons. I don't care. The Falcons could go 174-0, which they never will, obviously. And I like to compare. If y'all remember Goldberg, WCW, WWE, he played for the Falcons, okay? Now, I never did like him. He played 2 or 3 years for the Falcons, blew out his knee, became a wrestler. Okay, when WCW signed him, he was 176-0, I believe the streak got to. And then Kevin Nash got him with the taser, okay? The Falcons can go 176-0 and still suck ass. That's how bad they are. Of course, they never will go 100. They will never win that many games in a row, as no team will. Because in order to win that many, you would have to win a Super Bowl, and we all know they choke. So I'm hesitant to say Falcons hate week on here, but we know it is because it's on Twitter, and there's keywords, don't want to get in trouble, so we'll call it Falcons choke week. Right? So, and it's Wednesday. Drew Brees was on WWL radio like he does the quarterback every Wednesday. So, it's all good. So, yeah, I decided to make this particular video. Didn't know if anybody would be on or not. I know I made a video yesterday. I try to make like two a week, sometimes 3. I mean, I don't want to be on here every day. I guess I could. But if you're on here every day, you saturate the market or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know a lot of the main Saints YouTubers, they do 2 or 3 videos a week. But I'm here to break the mold because I'm more knowledgeable than him. I'm already proved I'm more knowledgeable than Deuce. He's a good guy, but I can't fathom how the hell he says he's a scout. He's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He's awesome. I retweet a lot of his stats. He's a good person, but man, it just goes to show a lot of the people get the breaks in life that I don't know. I mean, I can sit here and be an announcer. People told me growing up I could be an announcer. I can be a scout. I can do all the. I bring more analysis to the game. I don't need to sit here and watch film or tape. I watch the games. I've seen every Saints game for the last 30 plus years. You know, I think the first. I don't know. My memory's not too good. I remember 87, I believe, was the first year I started watching Saints games, believe it or not. I think. I do remember watching a few NFL games in 86, but I don't remember. My memory's kind of shoddy, at times. You get a few concussions, your memory will be shot too. Never documented, but I'm pretty sure I've had 4 or 5 of them. You play tackle football on cement. Hey, when you're a kid, shit happens. I definitely got a wind knocked out of me one time. I ran into somebody and boom, their head just went. Couldn't speak for like 20 minutes. That is an experience you don't want to have. Believe you me. I just wish I had the skills or mental, to play football. Of course, not everybody can do it. Sports is a tough thing to do. You have to be rigorous and put in hard work 24/7. Not everybody can. Not everybody's cut out for the world. There are baseball pitchers that pitch into their 40s. I'm not quite 40 yet, so I think I got a few good years of throwing a baseball, right? I can throw some swerves and some knuckleballs, and just pay me a few $100,000 so I can get some money. Hell, I'd be more than happy to be the Saints' 5th string quarterback. Sit on the bench. I will give the title to Drew Brees. I will hold the clipboard. NFL minimum, I think, for a rookie is like $150,000. I'll be more than happy to stand there and do that. Granted, they have to pay taxes in every state they play, so it's not inducive as it is. We have a person. 2-1 odds, 1,000,000-1 odds. That's all Saints. Who that? Not all. What's his name? He knows his name. He probably knows his name. If he doesn't know his name, then he knows his name. So, a lot of people liking the Twitter, which is a good thing. Well, they were there for a split second. YouTube kind of. I don't know. It does some weird stuff. So, yeah, definitely. I did a video on my regular account, Field Guy 316, and one of the people I talked to, he's like, "Man, hey, can you get me some more followers? Can you?" I'm like, "I'm trying to get myself followers. I'm trying to get myself some subs. I can't be. I gave this guy a shout out 500 times on my regular account. I think I gave him a shout out once or twice on here. I mean, he does the lyric videos, which is pretty good, but what's the point of getting the subs if you're not really going to do anything as far as lyric videos? You can't monetize, so I don't understand the whole what you call it. I mean, I'm not an expert at getting followers. People are going to follow, they're going to sub. You can only ask so many times before people do it. I ask every time I'm on here, they're either going to do it or they're not. It's just you can't. I mean, I almost got 19,000 people on my Facebook page, but it's not translating to the Twitter's around 4,000, but it doesn't translate to here. If I can get 10% of those people, 1,900, I'd have enough to be monetized, and if those 1,900 actually watched, I can be monetized no problem. It just depends on if they wanna, if they wanna, they may not have a YouTube account, or they just don't want to make one of their own YouTube. It just depends. These YouTube shot out of nowhere. She's already well past 200. She's the kind of person, she's going to get like I can see her getting 2,000 or 3,000 easily by the end of the year. Easily. She's got the personality to do it. So, and she's got about 2,800 Twitters. Ours was about 4,700, so I don't know. You got the personality, you got the skill. It's all good. People like what you're doing and they support you. It's all good. Saints YouTubers got to stick together. There's a few of them, a few high Saints YouTubers. They don't really want to give the light of day to anybody. And those are like 100, 200,000. They're monetized. So, all I know is if I was a high YouTuber, you thank your fans because, especially if you monetize, that's how you make your income. So I don't know, but it's Falcons hate week, or as I like to say, dislike week, because I don't know what YouTube's crazy about. They start to censor words and all this crap. Not that they watch my videos. They can care less about what I say or do. But it's Wednesday, and we're trying to get to Sunday. And Sunday's game is going to be the last game at noon for like the next 6 weeks, I think. So you're either going to have the 3:05, 3:25, 7:15, 7:30, whatever it is. Because you got the Sunday night, you got the Sunday evening. Giants is 3:25. You got the Monday night game, Redskins. You got the other Sunday games. And then later on in the week in the schedule, you get the 2 Thursday back-to-back games, the Thanksgiving game. It's kind of like every year the NFL finds the way to screw the Saints. Last year we had one of the toughest schedules. I think it was 3rd or 4th. This year I think it is the toughest schedule. And that'll go on by week when each team wins or loses. The Bucs are 2-0, sadly, and the Browns are 0-1-1. I think they're going to have a tie in the NFL each week. As long as it ain't us, we don't need a tie. No, I don't think Sean Payton has a tie on his coaching record, and we don't want to put one on there. A tie, it's not a loss, and it's not a win, and it does factor in the playoff ramifications down the road. But, of course it's going to, because the Vikings and the Packers are both NFC teams, and they both tied last week. So you're going to be hearing all this crap all season long. Well, the tie, it's a half a win. It counts as a half a win and a half a loss. But they reduced the overtime period from 15 to 10 minutes because of player safety. So you take that 5 minutes away, you're going to have more ties. So, you have 2 ties in the first week. If you continue to keep having ties and it keeps going up, I'm going to be more inclined to say that the NFL rules committee is probably going to make it go back to 15 or maybe even make it 12. Personally, they ought to do what they do in college. Just set them up at the 25-yard line and let them go. If you go into 7-8 overtimes, so be it. I think that makes them more friendly, or just do it like this. Put the ball to 25 and say, all right, let it be settled by field goal kickers until they keep kicking, until one misses. Let the field goal kickers be the hero. Okay, this dude kicked 18 in a row. Let's see if the other one can get 18 in a row. All right. Be there all day. I appreciate the support, Luca. I don't know why either. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. Like I said, I got like 19,000 people on my Facebook. I keep every time I come on, I say, hey, I'm coming on. So I'm at 90 now. I don't know why. Somebody complained, oh, well, you don't do enough videos. Well, all right. Well, I've done like a bunch of videos since, and they still complain. But yeah, I support the Who Dat. I have like over 800 people I subscribe to on here. Cornerback play, I think they need to improve. We're getting, Patrick Robinson, I don't know. It's kind of like he kind of didn't do a whole lot the first time we had him. He goes to the Eagles. He's like this MVP. He comes back this year. He's knocked down a few passes, but he hasn't done a lot so far. Now, granted, it's only 2 games, but him, Lattimore, I don't know if Lattimore's in a slump or something, and he needs to, he played better. The whole defense played better than they did the first game, But we're playing Atlanta, so we cannot get embarrassed in Atlanta Stadium. Can't. We have to sack Melted Ice. Cam Jordan should easily have 5 sacks on him. Then Davenport should get the other 5 sacks. Knock Melted Ice out the game. But like Drew Brees said, we haven't played our best football yet. We need to improve. Quite frankly, if Drew Brees would have hit Benjamin Watson in the end zone wide open, I would have had enough points and won my fantasy game. I lost by 4 points this week, so I'm 1-1. And the funny part is, the Saints lost in week 1. I won. Okay, Saints won. I lost. And I have mostly Saints players on my 7 out of the 9 starters are Saints starters. And then I have like 4 starters on the bench. I got Ingram on the bench and stuff. But as far as the cornerbacks and stuff, defense, they all need to improve. Saints defense is ranked 29th right now. Offense, I think, is ranked 9th or 8th. Not top 5 right now. And all of these people saying Drew Brees lost a step, Drew Brees can't throw it deep. He threw a deep pass again last week. I don't know what these people are seeing. I mean, granted, yeah, he's 39 years old. He's not going to be like he's 27 or whatever. But Drew Brees got 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, an 82% completion record this year so far. 14 more receptions, Drew Brees becomes the all-time completions leader. Passing Brett Favre. Favre's got 6,300. Brees has 6,287. So, of course, Brees said what he normally says. He's not worried about records. He's just concerned about the Falcons. I understand that. But another record's going to fall against the Falcons this year. He broke Marino's record against the Falcons. He's going to do this one. I was hoping, of course, it'd be early in week 3. He's not going to break the all-time passing record until probably 5 or 6. Either the week before the bye or the week after. He's probably going to break that record. But, yeah, definitely. I still don't really know why, like Dee's channel, like I said, Dee's pretty cool. She made her YouTube like 2 weeks ago. She's already at 200 plus, 250, I think. I've had this YouTube channel for 4 years. Granted, we just started pretty much mostly putting videos on here about 4 months ago. But there are a few videos. There are 3 videos. I didn't get to go to Saints camp this year. Maybe next year if I'm lucky. But, we do have a few diehards on here. Who Dat Discussion comes on here every time. And he is a good supporter. If you don't follow Who Dat Discussion, you should follow him, listen to him on YouTube. He's got 37 subs, and he's been doing it a while. He's got his podcast on Google and iTunes, and, he's got it on here too. I was on his podcast a few weeks ago, episode 12. Facebook, he made a page for Facebook, and Facebook keeps deleting his page. He did it 3 or 4 times, and every time Facebook was deleting his page. He gave them a photo ID, and they told him he's not real. Or some shit like that. I'm like, what the hell do you have to do? Do you have to hand Facebook your birth certificate and social security number and bank account? Like, what the fuck? They haven't pissed me off on Facebook. I'm suing them bastards. Because I almost got that page to 19,000. It took me about a good 10 years. But I figured on here, during football season, of course, on Facebook in years past, in football season, the numbers would rise. This year, that's not even rising on Facebook. I don't know whether it's that, some of the people are protesting because of the national anthem thing or what. I did lose a bunch of people on my Facebook page last year about that and blaming me. And I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not a player. You know? I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not entertaining. I don't know. I'm always thinking of new ways to do stuff. So, maybe they'll find this channel. YouTube usually supposedly does a good job of recommending stuff and whatnot. So it'll happen. I mean, if you want to share it around, feel free. I'm not going to ask people to share it around, but my foot. I sit on my bed, but overall, I still think we're a Super Bowl team this year, despite us playing like we played. So definitely, but I just got to figure out the secret on how to get the subs. Like Dee's page, she's entertaining, so she's got about 2,700 people on Twitter, I think it is. We got like 4,200, but I mean, if you have 19,000 people on Facebook, almost 19, it's like 18 something. You get 10% of those people here to make it, let's say 1,890, 1,900, and they watch on a semi-consistent basis. That would be enough right there. So I don't know. Maybe also to the point that after I do each show, I share it on Twitter and Facebook, so they can watch it off of those channels. So maybe that's the current discouraging thing. I don't know. Plus YouTube, a lot of times when someone's watching, it'll say 0 for the view count, even though someone's watching. So it's crazy. But I made a video, this one and that one, so I could, but I don't know how to do all that stuff as far as like, I know the plays, but I don't know the plays. I've always been like that on Madden. I can't play defense worth the shit, but I can throw a football on offense. And I don't know how to do all the stuff like Deuce does and the rest of them do, all these other YouTubers. I don't know how to green screen. I don't know how to do that stuff. I mean, I had this YouTube page for 4 years, and if it wasn't for me using my Google Chrome to do a live broadcast, I wouldn't even know how to get on here. I'm bad when it comes to that stuff. But like I was saying on my regular page, if I was a woman and I was scantily dressed clad, I'd get a lot of views in a minute. So I figure they'll come, and I try to do it. Last night I did a video, but it was up against one of the Saints YouTubers. Soon as the Saints games end, I've been broadcasting live too. That's another way to get people. But so do I. Actually beat Deuce like 3 times in a row, but he got the Patreon set up and begs people for money. I don't do that crap. I would never, I'd never beg people for money. If they wanted to give it to me, fine, but people actually sit here and pay him $10 to ask a question. I'm like, good Lord, that's the biggest Patreon and GoFundMe. That's the biggest scams ever. And I don't know. But seriously, I'm not gonna charge people money to pay freaking ask questions. That's why I don't watch Deuce anymore, and I don't watch those YouTubers that do that who beg. They don't really beg for money. It's just kind of people pay him. I still sub him and everything. He's cool. I retweet him on Twitter, but I'm not gonna watch something like that. I'm not really gonna. I'm not saying I don't support him. It's just that every time I go on there, it's like $10, $5, $2, just for asking questions. I'm like, you shouldn't be charging people to ask questions. Now, if they want to give the money away, okay, that's fine. I'll be more than happy to take it off their hands. They got, I don't know how to do the Patreon thing. I would set that up from my personal account. So I have 109 on my personal account. This one has 90. So the day that I get more on here than there or something. But I'm just a passionate fan. I like to talk about the game. I never was an X and O person. I know certain plays. I never like Madden. I'd sit there and pick it. My key to winning Madden is doing a lot of trick plays. I'll pull out a fake punt on 2nd and 12. I don't care. I'll do stuff like that. But yeah, I still gotta laugh when Deuce says that Aaron Brooks is a better quarterback than Archie Manning. Oh, I sat here and watched all the film. I don't know what film he's watching. All I know is Archie didn't have a good offensive line at all. He didn't have nothing of anything. Okay, you put Archie with the 2000 Saints, that playoff team, and I guarantee you we win in the Super Bowl. I mean, if you're going to say Aaron Brooks, a man who would sit here, throw 5 interceptions, throw a ball backwards and start laughing, that's a man that's better than Archie? No, I don't think so. No. We got the wrong cousin there. The Michael Vick, Aaron Brooks, we got the wrong cousin. I still don't see it. He's like, well, I watched all the film. What film did you watch? Yeah, Aaron Brooks had better stats. But Archie Manning, most of the seasons he played, they were 14-game seasons instead of 16. And Aaron Brooks had a better team around him. You put Archie Manning on the 1970 Steelers, they still win in Super Bowls. Terry Bradshaw had barely enough. He had the weapons around him. Drew Brees has carried a team 3 years in a row for 7-9 record. Drew Brees himself carried that damn team. So, well, see, here's the thing. My friend Senor, a.k.a. Rob, who's the one who set up this YouTube page, and he pretty much forced, but he lets me do everything with his force. I've suggested to him numerous times to do a podcast, something like that, but he's a shy person. He doesn't like to be on camera a lot, and he doesn't know he'll watch the game and stuff like that, but he's like a diehard, but he's not a diehard. It's like he's a casual diehard, if that works. He'll watch the game, but he just doesn't really particularly know he doesn't know the plays. He doesn't know this. He doesn't know that. But, stuff like that. So if I was to say, oh, what do you think about the Saints? He'll be like, oh, I think the Saints are good. And that's pretty much what he'll say. Oh, I think they're doing good. Okay. He's not one to elaborate on stuff. So, but yeah, I tend to think Deuce is a good guy, but I tend to think, yeah, like you said, the higher Jeff Duncan is like that. Jeff Duncan is an arrogant person, okay? I went up to him in a practice, and I went to shake his hand. He walked right past me. But yet he tells fans, I'm going to be in section blah, blah, blah. Come talk to me. But then other ones, I'll tell you who's a good guy. Christian Garrick is an excellent guy. He's excellent. He's excellent. He does his job very good. He follows us on Twitter. Of course, A-Bear does his job pretty good. Seth Dunlap, he follows us on Twitter. He does an excellent job. He's got his show, The Last Lap, WWL. He does an excellent job. I don't know. I still question Entercom's decision to hire Zach Strief as the play-by-play with no experience. I mean, yeah, he's doing an okay job. He's going to make mistakes, but I still think they should have gave that to either Christian Garrick or Joel Myers or somebody. Sean Kelly would have been perfect too. But, to give it to Zach Strief, who just pretty much just handed it to him, and they gave it to him the day Henderson retired. They just never announced it. You might as well just give the play-by-play to Deuce. Deuce McAllister, not Wyndham. But yeah, it is what it is. All I know is come Sunday, we're going to be 2-1. We're going to beat the Falcons. They're always close games. I like to see an 87-2 score, something like that, with a margin of error of 3. It's probably going to be something like 27-21. I think we're going to win by that score. because the Falcons and the Saints games are always close, being a rival game. But if it was like 45-0 at halftime, I'd be awesome. Now, the last game I did for the first time, I did like a brief halftime thing, and we came back and won, so I may do another halftime video this time. You never know. Hopefully, if I do a halftime video, it's like Saints 45, Atlanta nothing. I'll be laughing the whole way. But if I had somebody who was knowledgeable, I would definitely do a co-host or something like that. It's just my friends, just the ones I have, they're just not that knowledgeable about Saints football. They're kind of like casual diehards. They support the team, but they just don't. They don't know the ins and outs. I could sit here, go in a facility, and tell you A, B, C, D. Yeah, I can do all of that. But like, dude, oh, I'm a scout. Well, okay. I watch game footage too. I can do his job. Somehow he went from like he had no followers, and then he started building. Now he's almost at 6,000. I think he's like 5,500. I don't know how he built up the fan base that he built up, but he did. So I'm trying to figure out, well, they have no clue what they're talking about. They're building up fan bases like crazy. Because when you sit here and you try to tell me that Archie Manning is a terrible quarterback, then Aaron Brooks is a better quarterback than Archie. I got to sit here and just shake my head. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, and I'll defend this to the day I die. Okay? Archie was on a terrible team. He carried the Saints to a few 7-9 seasons, just like Drew Brees with 3 7-9s. Drew Brees carried the Saints. Without Drew Brees, we would have won 2 games tops instead of those 7. You take Drew Brees off of our roster, we ain't winning. We practically ain't winning no damn games. I mean, we wouldn't have won Sunday. I guarantee you, we wouldn't have won Sunday if it wasn't for Drew Brees. Now, granted, the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, everybody knew he was getting cut. They didn't even wait till Monday. They told his ass on the plane, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you. Hopefully that kid finds another job somewhere because PATs aren't on the 2-yard line anymore. It's a 35-yard field goal. So basically he missed 4 field goals. Anybody can miss. I can't make a field goal from that range. I know that for a fact. So it's not an easy thing. So hopefully someone's going to give him a second chance. And hopefully we play that team again, and hopefully he gets signed to that team and he misses more field goals. I hadn't heard anything about it, but it is what it is. I do feel sorry for the kid, but hey, we won. They pay you to do your job. You miss field goals, So, it's it is something like that. I'm waiting for who that discussion to come on if he's not on already. He does good insight. He does good job telling it like it is. I would go him over Deuce any day. And he's just a casual fan. Plus, he's a casual fan that's not a casual fan, but he's a diehard casual fan, whatever you want to call it. And he's in New York. He's not even in Louisiana. He's in New York. So that just proves right there we have Whodats everywhere. On our Facebook page, we have Whodats following us in Brazil, Denmark, Japan. There are a lot of Saints fans in the UK. The Big Easy Mafia ones is in UK, and there's 2 or 3 other ones that are on Twitter. I think they have a YouTube page, but we have Whodats everywhere. Definitely. But yeah, I would just like to build up the page, get the Whodats on it. Hell, we got a freaking Bucks fan following us. I don't know why. I blocked him and muted him so he can't speak because I am not going to have the enemy on my page. That shit will not happen. Like soon as we lost to the Bucks, he freaking subbed us, and I don't care. I don't care if he subs us, but he's not talking. There ain't no way. I will never let a Falcons fan or a Bucks fan or a Panthers fan ever talk on our page. And this also goes for a 49ers fan, a Rams fan, and a Cowgirls fan. And to some extent, other teams. One time a Redskins fan came on here, and I was talking to them for a while. But that they're not in our division. Then again, I grew up when we were in NFC West, where every year we got screwed when the referees would hand Joe Montana and Steve Young a freaking victory over us every freaking year. There were so many times the 49ers screwed us and the refs got us. It's just, it ain't even really funny to that account. But yeah, let's see. But I am 100% confident the Saints are going to pull out a victory on Sunday. No doubt in my mind. But we need to play better defense, and Michael Thomas needs to stop fumbling. Because if Michael Thomas didn't fumble that time, I still would have won my fantasy game. It's just certain things, I dropped Frank Gore and I added Tavon Austin, but then I cut Tavon Austin and I picked up what's his name? What the hell is this dude's name? Alfred Morris. I picked him up and I put him as my second running back. I got to fill in running back gaps until Ingram comes back. The first week I was able to pull out a victory despite the Saints sucking on defense. -9. That's got to be a record for ESPN. I don't know if it is. You start off at 10. Despite having a -9, and despite Gillespie having -2 with that fumble, and despite I had a third player with a minus score, I still won my fantasy by 4 points. So, and if Ginn didn't get that 43-yard catch and the other catch, he would have had -2 or 3 with his fumble. But I'm a definite diehard fan all the way, every day. I just got to figure out how to get fans from A to B to come over to C. or however you want to look at it, because Who Dat Nation takes care of each other. It's a giant family. That's how I look at it, for sure. But I'm definitely can't wait until Sunday. Definitely, but yeah, I see whatever. What is this nonsense? Well, yeah, I should do a lot of things. But my brother was not texting. My brother was sending me a message. But yeah, hopefully these fans will come if they, do an entertaining thing. I mean, I got recommendations from a lot of people. So it's not too much, not too bad. So I mean, but I'm always open for suggestions and stuff. I still got to do that part 2 of my autograph video, which I keep saying I'm going to do, and I've been so busy I never got around to doing it yet. So I might wait until the bye week for that to fill in some space there or something. That might pull people in. Who knows? But I follow as many Saints YouTube accounts as I possibly can. I think I follow like 826 of them. Some of them are probably deader accounts as far as like, excuse me. As far as like, just they're not active accounts. Like they haven't been on in like a year or two. So, and YouTube's got the 1,000 limit. So yeah, it is very, very crazy, I say. But yeah, people like y'all, Luca, and Who Dat Discussion podcast, and who follow us, and you know, Who Dat Discussions on here just about every time. And you know, people in the past that I featured like CB and D Capri's page, like I said, who just started a few weeks ago. She's got over 200 something, but she's a character, so I understand her. She gave us a shout out, and I'll continue to give us a shout out. And there are a few other ones like JP. He gave us a shout out, but he does all the hate stuff. So you know, he's a diehard, but he pisses so many people off. Maybe that might be another reason why they ain't on here. I don't know. All right. Well, YouTube says we're at 0 again. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if anybody's watching or not. YouTube always throws me off with this or that. I guess I'll wrap this up. You know, it's about a 40-minute video. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please subscribe at WATWD and on the Twitter. We are the Who Dat Nation on Facebook. We're trying to get to 19,000. Follow us there, please. We're the Who Dat Nation on Instagram and, of course, on YouTube. Hey, Saints fans, please give us a sub. We'll sub you back. And we will see you later on. Go Saints. Who Dat? Fuck the Falcons.